Kahalayam la Yahavah Shai Wahavakaha Kudash Babakusha Barak Zakwan Yam Barak Bakarya the water Yahavah Shimi Shai Bahavakaha Kudash. Alright. Japan is dumping U.S. treasuries. What you need to know. Alright, so Japan is dumping the money. Let me give you a little Watchman's report. So what I got is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Even though Japan is not part of those 10 horns, well, they are part of NATO, so that they're not original 10 horns, but there's more now. Japan is one of them. And you can read along. I was watching a video earlier. I just wanted to get this information out to the Akim out there and the Akwath, because this is important. Man, this is important. If you don't have money, you can't fight a war. If you're training to be a boxer or an MMA fighter and you're fucking broke, you cannot pay for your training. You could be talented as you want to be, but training is what wins fights. Preparation is what I'm saying. So if you don't have no fucking money, you can't upgrade your weapons. You can't upgrade your soldiers. More importantly, you can't sustain an economy. All right. About the recent evidence that Japan is in fact the one dumping U.S. treasuries for quite some time, misleading it has been believed that China was indeed the one dumping U.S. treasuries, while China has actually bought up $8.5 million worth of treasuries in February, the most of any nation. That's bad. That's bad news. That's bad news for you, Babylon. Come on, man. And I'm trying to build you guys up, man. I mean, I'm building myself up. I'm watching the Apostles, and this is real important. Okay, what is a treasury bond? A treasury bond is a marketable fixed interest U.S. government debt security with a maturity of more than 10 years. Treasury bonds make interest payments semi-annually, and the income received is only taxed at the federal level. So if you can't tax any money because there is no money, then you have a value of zero. Treasury bonds are known in the market as primarily risk-free. Except this time it is a big risk, because this economy is going to crash. And if Japan and any other country that holds interest in U.S. sells their interest, sells their treasuries, and your enemy buys it. Russia has a lot of U.S. debt. China has a lot of U.S. debt, which is, it's really stupid because you're buying something that's worth nothing. But these motherfuckers know. Okay? And since 2014, Japan has been selling that shit. They already sold $200 billion worth of U.S. treasuries. Man. So they no longer believe in this country. Breaking down treasury bonds, T-bonds are one of 4 types of debt issued by the U.S. Department of Treasury to finance the government's spending activities. 4 types of debt are Treasury bills, Treasury notes, Treasury bonds, Treasury inflated protected securities. The securities vary by maturity and coupon payment, all of them considered benchmarks to their comparable fixed income categories since they are virtually risk-free. The only reason they're risk-free is because you expect that country to be in their power situation for more than 10 years. You buy a treasury for 30 years, it's going to pay off in 30 years. But this place is going to get fucked up. The dollar's going to drop. Everything's going to be turned upside down. That movie Bushwick. It's going to happen like that. And if you're betting on Babylon, you done fucked up. All right. Verse 17. For Yahweh hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall be fulfilled. So all these countries that are entering into the NATO, and even Russia, China, Brazil, India, South Africa, everybody's getting against you. And if China and if Japan, if all your allies, I'm talking to you, Babylon the Great, if all your allies sell all of their treasuries in you, that means a few things. But I can only understand a couple, right? Prophesy in part and learn in part. First thing that happens is, when you lose faith in a country, is that country loses money, loses its power, loses its grip. Keeps selling treasuries to the enemies, and then the enemies, they can basically control you. How are they going to control them? Because China has, all these currencies are going to fail. But China has that Petro Yuan, Venezuela has El Petro, BRICS nations. Russia has a lot of fucking US debt, and then they're just going to drop it. Iran just dumped the US dollar. All right. Japan, on the other hand, has sold $6.3 billion worth of treasuries in February, the most of any nation. Japan now holds $1.059 trillion worth of U.S. treasuries. And all they got to do is get rid of that shit, and then they stop being friends. Because Japan is paying interest on that. China's paying interest on that. That's how they get the government to basically run. Russia has also been dumping U.S. treasuries for the 3rd month in a row to their lowest in a year. This is another telltale sign of crashing world reserve economy. So Japan's having a fucking bad economy too. They're having a fucking shit. They're going through inflation. Let's see. All right, and what's going to happen there is Japan's going to be forced to take the chip. So that's a little prophecy. Japan is the next to take the chip. They're fed up with this. All right, this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or on the foreheads. Now, that's not talking about Babylon. That's talking about the monetary system, the beast, the devil. All of them in conjunction. So Japan's going to be the next one to take that chip, because Japan's economy is not good right now. They're centralizing their banks. They're buying up their own. Fuck yeah. They're buying up their own, I guess, debt. Someone else has to buy that shit. Alright? And why? Because their economy's crashing. They need money. They need money. So you might be saying, how the hell is that little RFID gonna be able to store money? How can that little tiny thing? I'm gonna explain it. Small RFID chips here, compared to a grain of rice, are incorporated in consumer products and implanted in pets for identification purposes. Alright, so it's used for tracking livestock cattle, which you are, and merchandise, again, which you are. You see these at the stores at Walmart. Every fucking store you go to, you see it. So it does exist. The technology does exist. All you have to do is now put it in your fucking wrist or on your forehead. Basically, your forehead, you just get a tattoo of it. Boom, beep. Wherever you go, to scan you. Or you can get that chip in your, and that's still a mark. Charagma, that's still a mark. You get this chip implanted in your arm. Boom. That's a charagma. That's a mark, incision. Okay. RFID uses electromagnetic fields to automatically identify and track tags attached to objects. The tags contain electronically stored information, such as bank account numbers, routing numbers. Passive tags collect energy from nearby RFID readers, interrogating radio waves. Active tags have a local power source, such as a battery, and because you got electrons in your body running and charging that shit. It may operate hundreds of meters from the RFID reader. Unlike a barcode, the tag need not be within the line of sight of the reader. Send satellite over your motherfucking ass. Beep, there's his fucking fulano de tal. Let's go get his motherfucking ass. So, that's pretty much it, man. Alright. And, you know, it's gonna happen pretty soon. And this is Revelation 17 and 18. And the woman which thou sawest is a great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth, which is Babylon the Great, which is aka America. Death to America. You know, Babu Kasha, Shalak, Yahawashai. And let's get the fuck out of here. Shalom.